God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
You get to the fun part?
Yeah. It's going to be more, of course, a lot of blood, violence, guns involved as well. And it's very gritty. And it's a different feel compared to what the other MCU stuff that we've seen.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
So long, gay boys!
It's been boring!
Woke!
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
You look goofy. I hunted, Rob. I hunted for Tobey Maguire's dick.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Do you wanna take a life? Do you wanna cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
There you are, Miss Kennedy, the linguine and clam sauce.
Excuse me, I believe I asked you to put a chicken in this and make her gay.
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
It means put a chicken in the linguine and make her fucking gay! And I want it lame!
You're a cunt.
Bastard's gay. Woo!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Chat. Square up late at night. God dang, it looks like I've been just watching TV. Fix that. Okay. It's all pretty now. I'm not pretty. I was 20 years ago, but now I'm just old. But I'd rather be smart and old than dumb and pretty like I used to be. So someday I'm hoping to be smart. I'll get there. Hi, everybody. What is up? Who do we got here? We got Andrew Monpetit, Ryan Stinkler. That's your real last name. Elongated Musket, Jeff Strong. I can't pronounce that name. Isaac, Dylan, Momus. The Drifter 67, Gonk. What's that stand for? Freddie York, Undercover Pope, Stone Cold's Beer Cooler. There you go. You're often empty. And Scott, what's up? With Captain Crunch, Peter Brady. Hi. And Tony, Duke of Brum. Drifter. What is that name? What is this? Oh, wait. To Zap YouTube official. There you go. Hail. All right. This is part 1 of 2 because it's so late. It's killing me. But the new Grand Tour episode dropped. The sand job. I almost said the snow job. The sand job. I will be doing a watch party Saturday morning for the members on the Nerdrotic channel. All members, all tiers, at 9 a.m. Central with Az and Mahler. It's a special real BBC watch party of a 137-minute special. Their penultimate special, the Grand Tour. So we'll see you there. And I got to hold out and not watch it. Hey, thanks, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Thanks, buddy, for $1.99. Yes, it's out. It's actually been out since, I believe, 8 p.m. Central. So if you guys want to watch it, it's on Amazon Prime right now. After this live stream, of course. But yes, it's out. Not the Grand Tour on Amazon Prime. Well, maybe, I don't know where it is in the rest of the world. It's on it, but I imagine it's Amazon Prime. Penultimate special. It's my happy place. I freaking love those guys. Jeremy Clarkson's my spirit animal. And yeah, members only gay. I gotta give them something. You know what we can do though is we'll repost it over here. Vegas meetup. Okay, first night sold out. Did not think it was going to sell out that fast, but it did. Sold out really fast. So what we're going to do is announce the RSVP tomorrow or late today. No, tomorrow. Still technically tomorrow where I am. On Friday Night Tights in the show. It will be at the same place, the Millennium Fandom Bar. So the first event, which is sold out, is April 10th, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Millennium Fandom Bar. Second event, Millennium Fandom Bar, 7 p.m. Thursday, April 11th. The only thing we ask is if you signed up for Wednesday, please do not sign up for Thursday so more of your members of the fellowship can go. Mrs. Nerdrotic will be checking the list and checking it twice. So that'll be up soon. Of course, there's a limit. It's free. First round of drinks is on me, and there'll be tacos. We'll have a taco truck again for both nights. And it's unfortunately, it's just a bar, and they can only hold so many people. And but we appreciate you all, and we also want to give you plenty of notice, because travel and everything. And I know that's not easy for everybody. It's not easy for me because I drive, but I like it. I love driving through the Southwest. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's get to the questions. We're going to finish up Nooner. We only had a few left from the Nooner. And this is not a good way to start. Honky tonk man. But thank you for the $1.99. I hate Jay. We love Jay. I give Jay so much shit because I love him. He's like a little big brother. Lead Wall for $5. We shouldn't start a GoFundMe for Walt's frozen head. We should start a GoFundMe for Walt's frozen head. Bring Walt back. Hashtag bring Walt back. I agree. Just his head. His head would be good enough to fight commies. Bob Starsky for £2 British. Proper money. Pedro Pascal as the smartest man alive. LOL. Okay, yeah, it's not great. It's not good casting. It's lazy as hell casting, and I don't care how offensive this term sounds. It's exactly how Hollywood feels. Pedro Pascal is the token Latino. Like, find another Latino. If you need a Latino, find another one that could actually pass for the smartest man alive. I would prefer that it be Reed Richards. It only it makes you wonder who Dr. Doom is going to be. Whoopi Goldberg. That's my guess. I got a raging clue for £5 British. Hey, Gary, I have never read a comic in my entire life. I'm looking forward to getting into comics like Superman and Batman. Where should I start? The beginning. That's what I always say. The beginning. There's lots of omnibuses, but with Batman, I mean, you're going to hear the same answer from everyone. If you truly want to start, you could start with year one. You can get the trades. They're pretty easy to find. And that was after it was reset after Crisis. And you can go from there. Batman year one, Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli. But I'd read a lot of Batman before I read Dark Knight Returns, which is still my single favorite Batman story, but for a lot of reasons. But I would read a lot more Batman before you get to the deconstruction. Lead Wall for $5. We should. Oh, I read that one. I read all these. They're not getting blanked out because X-Ray Girl's not here. I'm dumb. All right, here we go. To Friday Night Tights from last week. Dean fucking Kane. Here, let's get some newbies first. Let's do the newbies first. Cathal Dodd or Steve Blum as Wolverine for $1.09. Oh, yeah, there was the X-Men trailer today, and I didn't even see the newspaper. I didn't even catch that on the newspaper, the Daily Bugle that falls down. It's the fucking X-Men gala. And then we heard that, because I saw the trailer, I'm like, not bad. Not bad. It was fine, but I didn't say that newspaper, and then everything resurfaces. Bo DeMeo is not the right guy to do it, although credit where credit is due. He's the one who called out Lauren Hissrich Smith for not respecting the lore of The Witcher, but now we might be able to call out him for not respecting the lore of the X-Men. But you know what their trick is they go in and adapt the Disney Marvel stuff. Remember, Disney purchased Marvel in 2009, and pretty much from that point on, the comics really did start to suck. It took a minute, but it really did start to suck. Prior to that, the comics were pretty fucking good. As a matter of fact, Marvel was outselling DC at my shop 3-1, pretty much across the board. DC would have the occasional event that would get some eyes on it, Flashpoint, Blackest Night, stuff like that. That would sell pretty damn well, but it wouldn't get anywhere near your average X-Men book for me, or your average Amazing Spider-Man book, or even Avengers book. It just wouldn't. And I wasn't biased towards Marvel there. I wanted everything to sell. But that's just the way it was. But then they both started to suck. So yeah, I saw that. I have no hope for. Listen, Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars. Disney does not deserve the benefit of the doubt on anything, and I wouldn't even make a recommendation on anything I saw from them until I saw the last second of the credits of a TV show or a movie. I wouldn't say anything. Even if a show is going good for the first 5 episodes, I wouldn't say shit till it was over. Did you see the Sora AI? The Reaper is here for entertainment industry. I did. Shad tweeted it out. Hollywood legislated themselves out of creativity through DEI and basically getting rid of AI. Now, all of you will be able to compete, and it will decimate them. Me and my lady had a lot of fun yesterday. This morning, woke up and says Friday Night Tights Q&A. Was afraid I missed the entire day. No, you didn't. Actually, Friday hasn't even started for me. Lead wall for $10, but it will. Blue-Eyed Scorpio says my favorite Gary. Blue-Eyed Scorpio's been around a long time. Blue-Eyed Scorpio, it was you who sent me my first subscriber placard that was like this big. Right? That was you. Love your channel, Gary. Hail FNT. Thank you, Neil Stinson, for 2 Canadian pesos. We love you too. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. We really appreciate you guys. It's been lots of fun. You know what? I have been recording a Madam Web review, which Garrett's working on. That's why I'm up. I had a ton of fun making it. I love, Madam Web is shit, but it's different shit from the Marvels. You could have quite the chuckle watching this movie through a different lens, which I present to you in my video. You can have quite the chuckle watching the movie. It's fucking awful, but it's hilariously awful. I don't think, you know what? I don't think, and I'm not even going to add it in. I don't mention the word woke. I don't mention the term identity politics. I don't mention girl bosses. I mean, they certainly do it's time we have for females, like Talia leading a film and everything. Oh my God. But, I mean, those clips will be in there, but I don't mention it because it's really not there. It's just a fucking horrible movie. And as I said on Twitter, S.J. Clarkson, the female director, all cameras on Earth and phones should put out a restraining order against her. I wouldn't let her draw a stick figure. Should be illegal. Y-Files was great tonight. Dreaming stuff. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I'm watching when I'm going to bed. Usually, I'm going to vape, by the way. Forgive me. I usually don't do it on stream, but this is my time where I usually sit in my living room, either read a book or pop on an audiobook, and like the professor, except with a vape and not a pipe, I sit by my fireplace with no fire in it because it's Texas and it's only winter here for like 2 weeks a year. And chill. Chill. But I'm going to listen to the Y-Files tonight for sure. 274,000 views in 3 hours. They're fucking amazing. They're amazing. They're going to 10 million subs within a couple of years, if not a year. One of the best channels on this platform. Joshua Henderson. So Gary, how was Madam Web heard? It was trash. Total trash. The fact that it made $6 million on its opening day is kind of astonishing. Doesn't matter. It's horrible. Yes, once in a while, the critics and I agree, but I will also point out that it's very safe to shit on Madam Web because it's not a Disney Marvel movie. Although I am very tempted to say on my review title, Marvel's Madam Web. Do you think I should? I think I should because the Marvel Studio tag comes in front of it. It's a Marvel character, so I should put Marvel's Madam Web. Get him. And honestly, the lines are blurred. Is there much of a distinction between the Marvels and Madam Web? No. Wait. Madam Web tries to make their women look frumpy and fails completely. And I saw some people and I love Geeks and Gamers, and I love the 199. I love you guys, but I saw some of y'all going, Sydney Sweeney is mid. Get the fuck out of here. As my old pappy used to say, she is built like a brick shithouse. North of the Rockies for $20. Hail. That's where my oldest son might be moving. Colorado. I don't know why, but he wants to move there. Gary, if you had a choice, who other than George R. Martin would you want to finish the series? Brandon Sanderson, Steven Erickson, R. Scott Baker, someone else? I would say Brandon Sanderson with the help of Emilio Garcia, and I'm forgetting her name. Forgive me, but the ones who basically, I think it's the Wiki of Ice and Fire. It's not called that, but they put together the World of Ice and Fire book, and they're like pretty great on the lore. They've the whole fucking A Song of Ice and Fire. The fucking atheist weirdo contingent tried to cancel them at one point, but I think if Brandon Sanderson worked with those two, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine. I just want to fucking finish at this point. Just finish the damn book. It's been. I told you that all I have to do is type how, and it just says. Oh no, it didn't do it. How many days? Sorry. Many. Oh, I used to do it. Oh, now I got to put in how many days. So I put in how many days, and then it auto completes since July 12th, 2011. That's when A Dance with Dragons came out. It is 4,601 days. Pretty soon, it's going to be 4,602 days since the release of A Dance with Dragons. No sign of when's a winter, and the dream of spring will remain that, a dream. A dream. Magnum Norris for $20. So I know you're a fan of Maiden. Yes. Priest. Yes. Dio. Yes. I know you get millions of recommendations, but if you haven't heard of an album, Desecrator by Ambush, you're missing out. Google Ambush Sweden, came out in 2018. I will write it down. No, I'm always like, lay on the metal recommendations. I'm not as tuned in to music as I used to be when I was a youngster. I was watching Priest sing Screaming for Vengeance at the Ust Festival. Watch that live video. Holy shit. Aside from a couple of layered tracks and vocals, it is note for note the song. They were so fucking good. And Rob Halford was so gay. So gay. Don't give a fuck. Guy's a metal god. Metal god he is. Yeah, him and Dio were fucking brilliant. Yeah, so I was a punk rocker for sure. And I love my punk rock. And I was in the scene. But as time went on, and the especially at the continuation school, I was at Sunset High in Encinitas, there was a contingency of fucking commie punks that like Crass and all that I just couldn't hang with, right? And I used to like, by the way, punk was fashion. There was elitism in punk. So I couldn't afford at the time the fucking motorcycle leathers and all the studs. So I had like a jeans jacket that I cut up and I fucking did my own art on, and I'd throw up on a beret or whatever on my like days I didn't want to spike my mohawk. And they started calling me like a poser Rambo punk. And I'm like, fuck you, whatever. And honestly, they weren't fun. They weren't fun. They were the worst at parties. They cried a lot. So I started hanging out more with the metalheads, especially when I was introduced to, just to speed metal, right? So I'd bring my boombox to school every day and smoke cigarettes, and because we had a smoking section at school. And yeah, all the metalheads started hanging out with me because I was listening to Metallica, and they were way more fun to party with. So yeah, I stayed a punk rocker, but I hung out with a bunch of metalheads who were fucking crazy, but fun to party with. Absolutely fun. I will check it out. Gary is a real person. Says Lost Tales. Am I? I don't know. Did you see DEI fed a lawsuit against Iger and Company? I did. Get ducked, Modern Fisney. Says Spartan Bot 1001 for $5. Cheers. Yes, we will discuss it on Friday Night Tights. I don't know if it'll succeed, but if people just start suing the crap out of them, this is how the other side works. Sometimes you just need to use other people's words against them, use their own rules against them. Fight fire with fire. Fight fire with fire. Ending is near. Pedro Pascal will meet the Fantastic Four in season 2 of The Last of Us. Says Guy Incognito for 5 Canadian pesos. You earned that. Kevin Willis for $9.99. I'm about to go to sleep. Good night, sweet angel. And I'm overjoyed that I will have the lullaby of Nerdrotic squaring up some super sets to go to sleep. All hail the fellowship. Should we go ASMR just for Kevin Willis so we don't wake him up? I don't do my Hey, that's mean. Good night. We'll go ASMR. I won't sound like I have Tourette syndrome. Are you aware of the 1970s Spider-Man TV show starring Nicholas Hammond? Am I aware? Alex Slusher for $5. I was there 3,000 years ago, Gandalf, when Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man came on TV and watched it live as it aired originally and was utterly heartbroken when they got rid of it. I loved that show. I own every episode on bootleg DVD. And honestly, if you want to do cool things in Deadpool 3, you bring back Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man, Lou Ferrigno's Hulk. You go all the way back. Is Red Brown still alive? Can he play Captain America? That old Doctor Strange. Remember the Doctor Strange TV movie? Oh yeah, I have that too. I can't remember who played Doctor Strange though. It was semi-famous at the time. Yeah, Alex, I loved it. And it's got a great theme song. Great theme song. Is the original X-Files any good from 93 to 2008? Andrew McCarty for $1.99. X-Files is television perfection until around... I like the first X-Files movie. It's just an episode, but I like it quite a bit. But after that, it went downhill because it went to LA, but it was still good until, Scully and Mulder bailed. It was okay with the replacements, Robert Pattinson, and why did I say Robert Pattinson? Why did I say the fucking Terminator? It's not Robert Pattinson. He wasn't in the X-Files, but he might be in the gay remake. And then Scully and Mulder came back. The Smoky Man was in a cave and he had long hair and he got blew up. But then somehow he survived. And then they brought back the series for 2 seasons just a few years ago. And within those 2 seasons, the lore episodes were not very good, but there were a couple of like all-time great X-Files episodes within those. The guy from Flight of the Conchords, playing the Lizard Man. I can't remember the name of the episode. And Mr. Chuckleteeth. Mr. Chuckleteeth was a fucking great episode. So there's a couple of gems in there. But yeah, I would definitely give it a watch. It's worth it. It's some of the best TV ever made, for sure. I know you're a big Blade Runner fan. Would you say Rick Deckard is Harrison Ford's best role? Jason Keel for 5 Canadian pesos. After Indiana Jones, that's his best role. I would say Han Solo, but he mailed it in Return of the Jedi, and then fucking Force Awakens. Mr. Fantastic Knox for $5 Australian. I assumed you watched that X-Men trailer. Thoughts? Also, Morph is now non-binary. That's an easy note for me based in principle. Shake. What is SM? I'm just gonna say that says fuck this shit. Okay, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. So I'm a little tired. Yeah, I saw it and I thought the trailer was fine, but then I didn't see the X-Men Gala on the Daily Bugle newspaper, and Morph being non-binary. That's a hard no for me. I forgot to tell you, I learned about Ambush from watching Razor Fist Game Scream. Magnum Norris for $10. Razor Fist is the metal aficionado. He is. YouTube user for $2. Gary, what are your top 3 Star Trek series? Well, Star Trek. Most people call it the original Star Trek, original series. I call it Star Trek. And it's a tie for 2. It's a tie between TNG and DS9. DS9, if you put a gun to my head right now, DS9 edges out a little bit, but fuck, man. TNG ends so perfect. That last episode is one of the greatest finales of any TV series. It's in top 3, 4. Angel, Newhart, TNG. Y'all know about the Newhart finale, which is fucking great. So Bob Newhart had a show called the Bob Newhart Show, and then later he had a Newhart Show, which took place in Vermont. At the end of the Newhart Show, he wakes up with his wife from the Bob Newhart Show saying, I had the weirdest dream about that's fucking great. That was great. First ever super chat. Well, thank you, Finchy, for 10 Australian dollars. First ever super chat. Do you ever see culture turning around anytime soon? I'm witnessing it. We are witnessing it. It's turning around. Now, culture is big. I sound like Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker. Space is big. You think it's a long way down to the chemist. Well, that's just peanuts compared to space. Culture is big, and it takes a while to turn around, and it's never going to fully turn around to everything's not going to change, but what we need is some balance. And all I've ever asked is let's hear both opinions equally. If we get to that, that would be great. That means the world is as it should be. We're still fighting. We're still squabbling, but both sides, all sides are allowed to talk. And the fringies can go back to the little fringe corners. They're always going to be here. They're always going to be around, but they are not meant to dominate any of these spaces. Unfortunately for the left and the world, the progressive left the commies have completely taken over. And the deep state wants us all fighting. They want us all fighting all the time, so we're distracted. Good news is more people are aware of the deep state, and it's not some wacky, it's always been around, by the way. It's never been a wacky conspiracy theory. It's just been wacky that so many people deny it because some of the town criers might be considered a little off. But it requires, heretics are off a little bit. It requires people who are a little off to be that obsessed to spend their lives trying to seek the truth in something that will crush them, kill them, destroy their lives, cost them millions of dollars, and not really financially benefit them. Like, what do you love or hate Alex Jones? Does anybody think that guy's fake? Like he's some kind of grifter? No, he is Alex Jones all the time. He might amp it up for a show a little bit, but he's Alex Jones all the time. He's always fighting the deep state. I just want a Spider-Man. I can't even say it like that. Spider-Man. From Japan and Deadpool 3. I don't think you can get Spider-Man in Deadpool 3. Also, the X-Men 97 revival looks terrible. The worst loss, Rogue's ass. Agreed. Christian Neeson for $5. No Rogue Badunkadunk. I'm out. Thanks for the company on hour 16 of Horde today. HWOR today. Been getting back into collecting comics and picking up older and signed books. Do you pay any attention to CGC grades, or do you just get the books for yours? Al, for $10, if you're going to get like keys, go ahead and get CGC. I've never had a bad experience with them. They take a little while to get your books to you, but getting it outside of CGC, there is a lot of fraud. There's tons of fraud in collecting. There is massive fraud in collecting. Go back and look at the history of the fraud in baseball signature collecting and baseball card collecting. Same thing goes on in comics. Not as big of a scale because baseball card collecting used to be much bigger. But it got fucked up by all the fraud. So, I just say be careful. Me personally, I like to read my comics, and I have some CGC books, but it's like 2 boxes. That's it. And I'm able to open them and see if they're really missing that Marvel stamp or not. Thank you for the $10, sir. Enjoy your collecting. Glad to catch. Oh, by the way, Michael Dennis for $50. 50 bucks. 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 50 Glad to catch a late night stream. Pedro Pascal confirmed as Old Man Richard. Sucked to hear. Big fan of yours, Gary. Love all the gang and TNT 2 or Tuesday night's main event. TMNT. I just call it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at this point. If you were to recast the Marvel, who would you pick for Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, or Thor? Cap would be Alan Ritchson. That's an easy pick. Iron Man, I'd have to think about those. I think that's a good question for the panel tomorrow. A good question for the panel tomorrow, because it's so soon, and Chris Hemsworth is still around. But I would go very traditional, very, very traditional. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be impossible to replace Robert Downey Jr. So you just treat it like Bond. You find the second best guy and just know this is going to be the second best guy. I grew up with Roger Moore. I love Roger Moore. He was my Bond. Sean Connery's still the best Bond. That's just without a doubt. It's an objective truth. Ooh, fuck. Bruce Banner, not Mark Ruffalo. I'd have to think about it. I'll get back to you. But Alan Ritchson, Reacher as Cap. He'd be a perfect Cap. He is Cap. But thank you, Michael. If Japanese Spider-Man isn't in Deadpool 3, there's no point in the movie. I need to see him in a mech and unveiling folks with a Tommy gun. That would be kind of cool. Japanese Demon Lord. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. I've been reading some of the Amazing Spider-Man from high school years to the 6-arm storyline, 1 to 102, which is freaking great. That's all. Steve Ditko was just, I didn't understand when I was a kid. I thought his art sucked. Then I grew up and I understood like how great he was. And it's some really great stuff. Can't wait. Yeah. And then, you know what? 102 up to 200 is fucking insane. Insane. And then, you get past 200 where Peter confronts the burglar that killed Uncle Ben. And then 210, you get Madam Web. You get Madam Web. And then not much later, you get my favorite, one of my favorite Spider-Man stories by Roger Stern is Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut, when Black Tom dispatches the Juggernaut to kidnap Madam Web so he can he can use her powers to defeat the X-Men. And Spider-Man has to defeat the Juggernaut, and he tries multiple times and fails. And then he eventually does for a time being, and then they rip that off for Deadpool 2. Or they paid homage, whatever you want to do. Watch Trocked Extended. Oh, sorry. I just said Trocked. The Return of the King. Extended edition last month, and theaters. It was amazing. I did too. Couldn't see it back then because I was in the womb. That's no fucking excuse. Your mom should have taken you. And she should have sat in the seat with her legs open so you could have watched it. Sorry, for $5. Such a selfish mother. No, that's great that you got to see it. I did too, and it was awesome taking my kid because he had never seen it in the theater, so he could just, he was locked in. Gary, are you catching up on the last 2 Real BBC episodes tonight? I made a great Ludwig von Drake joke. I hope the video is hilarious. Taker 610 for $5. I'll find it. At this point, I've just gotten the 5 super chats from the Nooner. So I gotta get into the FNT and Real BBC, and I've limited time tonight, but we're good for now. But I will get, you know what? Hang on. Taker 610. Was it the last Real BBC or the one before? Hang on. Since you're here. So there's this is from February 13th for $5. Jay and Daly this morning at the 1 hour 13 minute mark. You guys take such good care of us. It's unbelievable. I'm so blessed. My cock. Is that real? Is that real? I'll get it to Perry tonight. I will get it to Perry tonight. Holy shit. No. Oh, God. Okay, brother. Okay. Gary, can you confirm or deny Doug Ray Scott will be a cameo in the next Deadpool movie as an alt universe Wolverine dressed with an OG yellow-brown costume? That would be cool. I know that's not the cameo I know of. Or am I just projecting? That would be really fucking cool for Doug Ray. Sorry, Doug Ray. I call him Doug Ray because I'm fucking American and dumb. It would be pretty cool. Bruce Lee, Roy Jenkins for $10. That would be very cool. There is going to be Garrett let it out on Forbidden Frontier. He totally let it out. You guys want to hear it? It's just us, right? It's just us. Hang on. I'll tell you. This is the only time I'm going to say it because I'm pretty sure this won't get back to my friend who will, if it does, I will get a phone call and a talking to. But I have said often, don't tell me shit because I might accidentally blab it or Garrett might. So this is going to be a spoiler. We'll get back to that super chat in a moment. You might want to plug your ears. When the spoiler sign is off, right now it's on because I'm warning you, and I'll get to your super chat in just a second. Right now it's on because I'm warning you. So what I'm going to do is now take it off, and once you see it go back on, plug your ears and go la 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 la, because I'm going to tell you what I've been told. It could get cut out, but all I can say is the person I heard it from works for Marvel. So, all right, 3, 2, 1. All right, that should give them enough time to put their little. You guys ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Henry Cavill will be making an appearance, a cameo, a brief cameo. Henry Cavill will be in Deadpool 3. There you go. There you go. God, I hope that doesn't get clipped. I'm going to get in so much fucking trouble. But I love you guys. I can't say no to you. I can't quit you, chat. Oh, as Wolverine. So there you go. That's just a secret between us. Obviously, this is a public live stream, but I trust all 1,814 of you. I'm going to get in trouble. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, here we go. Back to this. We were at Retro Robbins. Hail the fellowship. Hi, Gary. Loving the street, and hopefully you will be coming back to the UK soon. Sorry, I missed you the first time around. P.S. The money on grave you left is still there. Is it? For real? That's cool. I saw you. Okay, so I went to Oxford with Shad as a pilgrimage to go see where Professor Tolkien worked and to go visit his grave, and we left some money. We left some money on his grave out of respect. It's the least I could do. And I will go back there. Because I need to spend more time there in Oxford. Oxford was great. Oxford and Bath are fucking awesome. I could live there if I wanted to live under a communist regime. Well, listen, UK, you're not as bad as Canada, but Jesus Christ. I watched Clarkson's Farm. Aurora Umpligs for $5. anyways, I hope they do a spoof movie poster where Deadpool is in the Star Wars universe with Wolverine, and when the movie comes out, or a Freddy one. I think they really need. They have a lot of potential to do great things with the marketing if they truly want to win people back. I don't believe that. Okay, the regime that's in charge is using this to trick more investors and more fans into continuing the same fucking shit they want to do. And I am sitting here. I don't think Nelson Peltz can save the company. I don't think a couple of board seats is going to turn things around. Nelson Peltz gets there. Bob Iger's still in charge. So I want Bob Iger to get everything he wants. Give him every fucking thing he wants. I am all for acceleration. The acceleration of the demise of Disney. Because if Bob Iger gets everything he wants, like Nelson Peltz might stop some of the bleeding. He might stop some of the bleeding, but stopping the bleeding is not what we need culturally for the world and Disney for sure. Disney needs to crash and burn. Things don't change until you hit bottom. And I don't think it's going to happen. They're too big to succeed and too big to fail. They're just there to be bland and sexualize children, which I have a bit of a problem with. I love Scotch. What's up? I love Scotch. Scotchity Scotch. Been around this channel forever. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. What's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. No, serious. You sun me up, but did I wake you up? I sung you up, but that's okay. Totally worth it. Sony should name a Tobey Maguire, Nicholas Hammond team up movie. Fuck yeah. I'd be yelling at them to take my money. Hollywood is so stupid and apparently hates money. Okay, back to sleep. Get back to sleep, Kevin. They should have put fucking Nicholas Hammond at the end of No Way Home. He should have been in that restaurant or the coffee shop. Is Villeneuve the greatest sci-fi director ever? Sebastian Soul for $2.99. Nope. No. I mean, we'll see. He did a pretty damn good job with Dune. But I mean, yeah, is he exclusively a sci-fi director? Because I'm going to say directors have directed better sci-fi than him, but are they sci-fi directors? That's a really good question. He might be. But Ridley Scott, directed Blade Runner, and Steven Spielberg directed Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and George Lucas directed Star Wars. And there's a lot of great John Carpenter. That's not really sci-fi though. Well, The Thing, that's horror and sci-fi. So, I mean, maybe. You woke me up, I meant to say. I'm sleepy. Sleepy typing, says Kevin. Get to bed. Thank you for becoming a new member, Al. I'm going to say Favre, even though it's probably Favre. When Disney hits bottom, they will be digging. They will keep digging. Mentrex for 25 New Zealand pesos, or Hobbiton, or Middle Earth dollars, Middle Earth pesos. Hobbiton shekels. Disney needs a complete overhaul, top to bottom. I agree. Mad Dog 375 for $2. Okay. Now we're gonna get to some of the FNT stuff. Kyle Barra 242 for $13. Hey Gary, did you get my email with the Yowie, aka Bigfoot pics? Yes, I did. Hey, I'll keep up the good fight. Remember, KK is one initial away from being a white supremacist. You're right. We're gonna work on getting a Forbidden Frontier specific email. For Bigfoot, UFO, and all that stuff. Lord of the... Oh, sorry. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. For $10, Lord of the Ree for $10 says, did someone fuck Ethan Van Sciver's mom when she was pregnant with him and dent his skull, making him retarded? Just trying to understand why he's such a petulant man-child. Hello, X-ray girl. I don't know. Not so Saint Nick for $4.99. What the fuck is this shit? The link said nerdy Asian chick takes on 6 dudes while Prego lactates in the corner. Hey, X-Ray, when are we getting an OF? My God, guys. You're all like, hey, blah, 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 X-Ray girl. I mean, for fuck's sake, if we're not getting any Asian titties, can we at least get some Asin titties? Hashtag simp. Y'all simps for X-Ray girl. She's married to a peg leg. Holden Morse for $10. I love everything you do, shining light on the bullshit in Hollywood. I've been in SAG, I'll say it slowly, SAG, since 2011 and worked on multiple big budget shows, movies. It's unrecognizable now. And my question is, what year do you guys think it'll get back to normal? I know. Okay. Far be it from me to say the term new normal. We are going to have a different kind of normal because we are entering into a new era. Big Hollywood will still be around. There'll still be tentpole movies, but there won't be as many of them. They're still going to put a bunch in the streaming. And quite frankly, I still think that's kind of the way to go once the dust settles, because I think what's better than a movie? Well, a movie style, prestige, serialized story. Now, I'm biased. I like comic books. I like television. I like more story. But I think you can take the $200 you'd sink into a Marvel's and you can make House of the Dragon season 1. And just be smarter about it. And you know what? You can make it for cheaper. Dune cost $150 million? $150 million. And it looks 1,000 times better than any Disney Marvel project. Even No Way Home. So, yeah, I think the future is in prestige series and more interesting things you can do on streaming. But the real interesting stuff will start in independent films, web series, TV series. Once AI gets out there and you don't have to have teams of, fucking CGI, animators, anything like that. You could start doing shit from your house. So we'll get more interesting. We'll get more crap too, but we'll get more interesting stuff. And I'm fine with crap. That's the deal with independent, right? You do not see me outwardly shitting on anybody independent, whether I like them or not, whether I like the film or not. You want to know why? Because it's their first time. It's their first try for the most part. When it comes to the independent artist or writer, it's their first try. It's not going to be great. It's just not. Rarely does that happen. But I shit on massive corporate media almost exclusively. That's who I go for because they deserve it. They have all the fucking resources in the world, and they manage to fuck things up astonishingly well. Things that we loved. Things that started out as little independent things. Star Wars, independent movie. It's a fucking independent movie. So, yeah. I think that's where the change comes from. But the question has to be asked, are you truly independent? That's something that cannot be taught. That's something you either are or you aren't. You either are or you aren't. A lot of artists, a lot of creatives need that corporate teat. And they don't need it for pay. They need it for validation. They need constant. Artists are very insecure people for the most part. Not everyone, but for the most part, pretty insecure people need constant validation like their children. And they can get that through their art. And if they're really fucking good, it kind of feeds that need, kind of feeds that ego. And you know what? That's part of life. That's what artists are. They feel more. They feel more. They do. They get their fifis hurt more. So they need that constant validation, and sometimes they find it within Daddy Corporation. You know, but the real ones can like go and make it in Daddy Corporation and then go out and absolutely make it outside of Daddy Corporation, which some have done, you know, but some can't. That's the way it goes. Independent film is going to have a hard time though, because there's so much out there and there's no aggregate. There's no one place to go. So you got to find it. And it's just like what music is. There's still good music out there, but you just got to go find it now. Because you're just getting assaulted with shit pop music made by algorithm like fucking Taylor Swift. And it's fine if you like it. I hate it, but I've always hated pop music. So it's not just Taylor Swift. I thoroughly dislike pop music. There's like 5 pop songs I like. Bob Iger for $25. And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids on FNT. That's right. And others. Pony Girl for $3 to Dean Kane. Big fan. Thank you for all your work. I was always wondering if you know the song Superman song from the Crash Test Dummies. I bet you he does. I think the lyrics are funny. God bless you all. Can't wait for my copy of Dean Kane's comic book. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from Germany. Scientist Solarian for $10. Shad, I just listened to your conversation with Chrissy on her podcast. Your wisdom about family and fatherhood was really, really valuable to the soon-to-be a father. Thank you both for that genuinely inspiring episode. Shad is fantastic. And that was a great conversation you had with Chrissy. You did a great job on Forbidden Frontier. We got a lot of great feedback from that episode. People were thanking me for not like shitting on his religion. It's like, I don't shit on people's religion. I'll make jokes, but I don't shit on somebody's religion. It's such a low-hanging fruit, easy thing to do. It's usually easy from the people who are spiritually dead. You don't have to believe in a religion to be spiritual, and you don't have to believe in that particular religion to respect somebody else's spirituality. Which you need. Didn't even know it. Even my first time around in recovery, I didn't have spirituality. Didn't need it. I did that whole like, this can is my higher power shit. And it obviously didn't work because I relapsed. So that's when I said, okay, fuck it. I'm going to try this God thing. And I tried it in a way that worked for me. And it has. And I'm so much fucking happier because you let go. You need to let go of shit. Let go of a lot of shit. But you know, Shad is obviously like, it works for him. He's happy. His wife is awesome. Yeah. And we got along just great. Iman A for $10. Thanks for signing my Marvel's Katie at MegaCon meetup. Oh, it was my pleasure. As I'll add your signature next year. Yes. Gary, I'll need another because my marker faded and X-Ray Girl signed over yours. She did that on all of them, by the way. You know she did that on purpose, right? Yeah. Thanks for everything, all you do. The world needs more strength, and long live the fellowship. Live long and prosper. Long live the fellowship. Hell yeah. And yeah, I'll sign it. No problem. Justin Hudson Gutierrez for $2 says Mattson Tomlin wrote Batman the Imposter comics. Yo Pops for $2.15 for $5 said it was great meeting you, Gary, at the Red Coconut. Sounds super gay, by the way. I said hi to Garrett, but he said he didn't like to talk to Koreans. Just kidding, Garrett. Love you, bro. That's what he said. I was there. Dave's Arc for 20 Martian pesos. If you're tired of The Message, read Common America, likable characters and classic storytelling. I am aware of Common America. My HEB unsweetened water. HEB is fabulous, by the way. It's like grocery store heaven. Dak Shun's Rule for $10 says, welcome, Dean and Gabe. Gabe, I love that you have Charles Bronson on the wall behind you. He's underappreciated. This generation, Charles Bronson was a GOAT. Did you see his movie Borderline? I did, in theaters. Also, my youngest son is a Gabe. Hail. Ahoy all, 2 Qs. First, Gabe is your background Death Wish. Second, it was. Between LA Confidential, The Untouchables, or The Departed, who watch, own, burn? Oh, shit. You're going to hate my answer. You're going to hate it. Watch The Untouchables, own LA Confidential, and if I have to burn something, it's The Departed. I like The Departed a lot. I think it's great, but it's not something I'm going to rewatch a bunch. The Untouchables and LA Confidential, I've watched a shit ton of times. 2 of my all-time favorite movies. The Departed, really good, but if I'm forced to burn one of them, that's the one. Quentin Daniels for $14.99, Austrian. Gary and the rest of FNT, my mate, and I have to be at the Vegas meetup while we are over from Australia. Just RSVP'd event. Can't wait. Oh, that's awesome that you made it. Hell yeah. From Australia. Woo. Shad's not even coming. Shad's not even coming. I'm going to check on you guys. I've been reading these. How you doing? How y'all doing? You okay? You all right? Let's read some new ones. Oh, hey, Mad Dog. Got your money's worth there, buddy. So is Doom Part 2 really good, as people are saying? Greatest sci-fi movie in 30 years. Sounds too good to be true. Hayden 75 for $10. Yeah. Okay. Listen to Alan Ing. Listen to Ing the Merciless. You're gonna hear a lot of hyperbole and prisoner of the moment, and by all accounts, it's really fucking good. And I talked to a person who worked on it who's really fucking excited, like really, really excited. That doesn't mean shit though, because sometimes it can come out bad. But Alan Ing says, hey, it's a great war movie, as far as it being like, I think Grace Randolph said it's one of the greatest war movies ever made. It's like, technically a really sound movie. I say what I liked Dune a lot. What holds me back a little bit from loving Dune is Zendaya. I think her character sucked. And it's a really interesting sci-fi premise and world that people are deeply in love with. I'm not. I need to see more. If you want to compare like worlds, like I'm more favorable to fantasy worlds. Like I think Tolkien's world is someplace I'd want to go. I think it's an interesting thing to watch conceptually, but yeah, I'm not in love with the lore. I think the movie kicks ass though. Can't get through the book. Tried many times over my life, and it's just not. You know what? My shits needs to be a little fun. Needs to be a little fun. Dune, a little dry. A bit too dry. You got Duncan, Idaho. Okay, I understand that, but it's a bit too dry for me. I'll try it again, though. But the movies are great. So, yeah, Hayden, I would wait till you see it, brother. I'm going to see it in 9 days. And I am looking forward to it, which is so rare these days. The Paladin Jock for $9.99. And hail, Hayden, by the way. I don't know if you're at home or at work, but hail, brother. Gary, did you notice Madam Web inadvertently had the best line in the movie in the last 10 years? Watch old movies. Will do, Madam Web. Will do. Oh, lots of unintentional hilarity. And believe me, I could, like, this movie does require, and I think Little Platoon said he might do it. So look, like it needs a Mahler-esque fucking just deep dive for an hour or more or 6 to really explain how bad yet hilariously funny it is. My video, 15, 20 minutes. That's all I'm dedicating to it. Because I did not watch the movie again. I did not. I went to certain parts to make sure my information was correct. And by the time I was 3/4 through the video, I stopped giving a fuck and just didn't care. You'll see. You'll see. Hi, Gary. Have you read Grendel series a long time ago? Yes. Matt Wagner is great. He was on the real BBC when I wasn't, and it sucks. So very dark. It is. I can't wait for Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones' take on Dracula. That's going to be fucking awesome. Warsong 99 for 2 Canadian pesos. Toodle Pip Colonials says Quath Lord Az for $2. Toodle Pip. Grand Tour's out. Grand Tour episode is out. Grand Tour episode is out. It's available on Amazon Prime. The Sand Job, longest Grand Tour special ever, 137 minutes. They're in the country of Mauritania, which is one of the most dangerous countries in the world. This might be the first time, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, other than maybe some nature shit, that somebody with like high def cameras has gotten like great footage of the terrain of Mauritania. It's nice to see you live again. I think it's great Cavill's getting back out there, but I don't care about Deadpool 3. Looking forward to this 40K show, the Grizzly for $5. The Grizzly. Yeah, I like Deadpool 3 isn't going to be as good as Deadpool 2, which wasn't as good as Deadpool 1. It's just not. It's going to be a gimmick fest. It's going to be a gimmick fest, and the only way it will work is if it had Deadpool. The word, I use the word earnest a lot. Earnestness. It's missing from superhero movies. Zack Snyder, a little bit too much. Just right for the first part of the MCU. That phase 1 was just earnest enough. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, everybody took away the jokes. It's earnest. It has heart. Deadpool, the first one, there's a through line. It's earnest. It's got heart. Gives you something to root for. Spider-Man No Way Home has heart. There's a lot of serious stuff going on in there. This will be gimmick fest. It'll still probably be good and successful and better than, will it be better than Guardians Volume 3? That, like, honestly, honest answer, I don't know. I don't know. Will Dean Cain have flashbacks of being constantly interrupted by a fat bloke from Yorkshire? Tea Down Under for $10 Australian. No more than we have every night. Mahler admitted on Stargrift that he's never watched Batman the Animated Series, only a few episodes. Please help him, Gary. I will. Oh yeah, he's I know Mahler though. And I know when Mahler gets into something, he gets into something. And if he starts playing Arkham, then he's going to dive into that Batman the Animated Series. He just needs a little help, and I will be there for him. I will be there for him. You know, X-Men, the animated series, one of the greatest ones of all time. One of the best adapted series of all time from the comics animation. Batman the Animated Series has superior animation. But the X-Men animation looks like the fucking comic books. It's kind of I like that animation and the Spider-Man animated series animation. I liked it a lot. I wouldn't call it technically sound, but I would call well adapted. Well adapted. Sony should let go of Spider-Man since their spin-offs are so god-awful at this point. They just broke the world record for worst not Spider-Man film ever. Joshua Henderson for $4.99. You're correct, but they won't. They never will. Marvel would have to pay them probably as much as they paid for Marvel to get Spider-Man back from Sony. I don't think I'm far off on that. Correct me if I'm wrong on chat, but I'm pretty sure it will be $4 billion, $4.5 billion to get Spider-Man back. They can't do it. And Sony wouldn't. Why in the hell would you? It's a money printing machine. And there's no guarantee. No, there's a guarantee that Marvel will fuck Spider-Man up more, just like they will fuck the X-Men up, just like they will fuck Fantastic Four up. They will fuck everything up. But yeah, Sony, their outside Spider stuff is abysmal, and it's a joke, and it's embarrassing. And believe me, Marvel doesn't like it. And at that point, it makes me like Madam Web a little more because it fucking pisses off Kevin Feige. Deadfly for $5. Screw Netflix and their cuties loving execs. Fuck cuties. Disney's Turning Red is currently in limited theater run here in Alberta. Anyone see marketing for this? Why? Larry Loveridge for $6.99. I didn't. Gary and the rest of FNT, my mate and I will. Oh, I read that one. Quarter Black is also quarter Brazilian. Dan Vasc, long-term spy and chief intelligence officer of the EMU Liberation Front. My brothers and sisters will rise. Someone call Tom Baker. We need K9 to save us all. Hail. Keep it up. Hail to the fellowship. This is Kaloff for $10. Hail to you. Don Mac for $5. It was great meeting you guys at the MegaCon after party. I was the guy in the RL Red Letter Media shirt. Yes. But next time, please pick a place that also serves real food. And pick a place that isn't so fucking loud we can't hear each other. Yeah, we will. Hey, Vegas, we'll have tacos, free round of drinks. You'll be able to hear each other. You can hang out outside too. So sick of the reboots after reboots after reboots. Brian Dion for $2. They should ban reboots and prequels at this point. Just RSVP'd for Vegas. Can't wait. Kate T for $5. Hail. Terry Razor for $4.99. They knew this is from last week, by the way. They knew he'd look like a fool. Media actually asked questions. Haha. It was obviously planned, so they could have an excuse for not making him the nominee. Yeah. Brandon, Derp Brandon went out and did a press conference, and just like the media acted like the media for a second. And then you knew the fix was in. Doom Guy 83 for $5. X-Men animated series is the only X-Men ever broadcast outside of the comics that was ever any good. What movies should have been? Yes, I agree. Spider-Man the animated series was almost as good as the X-Men animated series. Almost as good. I loved it. Both ended on cliffhangers. Maximilian Millerick for 10 Australian dollars. Question for everyone. If you could make a movie or a TV series about anything, what would you want it to be about? And who would you want to direct it? And who would be the stars? That is a loaded question. I'd have to think about that. So we're talking about a timeline that's not this one. Because like right now, everything I love, I don't want Hollywood to touch. I don't want Hollywood to touch anything I love anymore. Go away. I used to dream as a kid of like, man, it'd be awesome to see Silver Surfer and Spider-Man and fucking Hulk in a movie. Now I'm like, please go away. Maximilian Millerick for $5. For the erotic nerd, is the DC animated series good to watch? The most of it, yes. I haven't watched as much of it recently. It kind of went downhill for I think 5 or 6 years ago. But up until 2017, when they had their 10-year anniversary, was it 10-year? Fuck, that was good. For Shad, what are your top 3 weapons of choice? Oh, I know that one. Nunchucks. Antoine Haynes for $4.99. New episode of Icon Presents with Gabe El Taib drops today at 5 on YouTube. Hail. Graham Bradley for $5. I'm an indie author. I'm going to clip the hell out of all of you saying nice things about Graham. You better believe it. Hail FNT. Love all you guys. We love Graham. Graham Nolan. We love Graham Nolan. Genuinely a good guy, a nice human being, and I appreciate that. CWSB for $9.99. Just wanted to say today's my wife's sorry. Let me back up on that. Today my wife brought our first child into the world. You, all of you, give me hope for her to have a better tomorrow, even if it comes to entertainment. Even when it comes to entertainment. Hail. Oh, congratulations, baby daughter. Way to go, Dad. Colorado Kid for $2. Blue Chew should help with the hangover. Oh, well, tell that to the drunkards. You know what helps with my hangover? Not getting drunk. And then I wake up the next morning and I laugh and great enjoyment at the suffering of other humans who drank too much the night before. It helps me remember where I came from, and it's just the little things in life. It's the little things that give you hope. Labor Hall for $2. The Doom Part 1 Blu-ray is unwatchable. Sound is awful. Was it Blu-ray or 4K? Did you watch it in 4K? I found the 4K to be quite good, but I have the Atmos top of the line shit because my wife got it for me for my birthday. By the way, guys, day after tomorrow, I'll have been in Texas for 2 years. Hang on. My dog. Hang on a second. My dog's yipping. Just a moment. Please enjoy some feeding the ducks. My dog sounds like she's in distress. So enjoy this. Oh, yeah. Feeding the ducks. Sorry. My dog was having a bad dream, and she was sitting right outside the door, and I was like, what the fuck is that fucking noise? She was having a little bad dream. She'll get a treat later. Colorado Kid did that one. Fluggy for 10. It's late, so we got to stop here. Fluggy for $10 says Axel Braun asked why are his costumes better in his videos than the real shows. His response: I actually care for the comics. I saw that. Did you see the picture they posted of his Harley Quinn? Now I guess he's done a couple Harley Quinns. There's the freaking slutty whore Jim Lee Harley Quinn that I hate, but this one is straight up. She's in her Batman the Animated Series costume, and fucking it's better than anything any comic adaptation has ever done outside of Margot Robbie being in the OG costume in that one fleeting scene in Suicide Squad. It looks really fucking good. Now, that's before she's probably taken a giant, Johnson in her mouth or something, but that's an Axel Braun. It's an Axel Braun. Yeah. Axel Braun could have done a better job with Madam Web. That's for fucking sure. That is for sure. All right. I'm going to wrap it up here. I got a check mark where I left off. So we're going to do part 2 Saturday. So Saturday morning. No. Okay. Saturday night or Sunday morning. Not sure which one, which will be any square up from tomorrow if needed, Real BBC and the rest of this FNT. 9 a.m. if you're a member of Nerdrotic. We're doing a grand tour watch party at 9 a.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. British time. FNT tomorrow is at 3 with Dan Vaskin Mahler. I have a video coming out at noon tomorrow. I usually do not drop videos on Friday, but I'm making an exception here because it's fucking Madam Web. Who cares? I'm playing with the title right now. I'm thinking about calling Marvel's Madam Web the greatest movie ever made. peak female superhero cinema or just peak cinema. I'm just thinking of trolling because I don't care. Fuck it. It's so ridiculous where we've gotten. And it's an IMAX. It's in fucking IMAX. Do you believe that shit? Lucasfilm for Spider-Man straight up trade. LOL says insert username here. That's I think you'd be getting ripped off if you're Sony. Gary, did Melissa show you the Poor Choices animation I made for X-Ray Girl? You're in there. It's on the Imperium Studio. Look for the book authors, Darian Murphy for $4.99. I'll hit her up tomorrow. She's going out of town though, so I'm not going to see her. So I'll look at. Did you send an email? I'll ask X-Ray Girl. Melissa's going back to hell briefly to see some friends. She's going back to San Francisco. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up there. Again, thank you. We're mods here. Are they even needed on a square? But hey, we appreciate you if you're here. Hail to the Nerdrotics. Hail to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on and support this independent work because I get no sponsors. I will have no sponsors. So we are fueled by you and ad money from the videos and super thanks, which apparently we can find. So they're going to be part of the square ups too, because I didn't fucking know that, but I guess we can find super thanks. So we're going to add those in as well. Thanks everybody. Really, lurkers out there, we love you. Anybody just hitting that like button or not hitting the like button, I don't really give a shit. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending time with us. It's tons of fun. I am working on something. A few of you have asked for the solo nooners to come back. Any mods? Yeah, any mods. Smoo, Mila. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I can't think of it right now. I seriously just can't think of it right now, Eric K. I know I'm forgetting some mod, Eric K, but I can't think of it right now. Sorry. People have asked for the solo nooner to come back. We're working on something to possibly bring it back realistically. I couldn't ditch any other live stream because I committed to people. So I had to ditch my solo one for time and to spend time with my family. But I think we might have a solution. So we will stay tuned for that. I was supposed to find out this week. Apparently I'm going to find out next week. Not really sure, but we'll let you know. Forbidden Frontier on Sunday. Again, top Grand Tour. I keep saying Top Gear. Grand Tour viewing party for the members on Saturday. And of course, Friday Night Tights tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in to our friends Geeks and Gamers for Geeks and Gamers daily tomorrow, and I will see you all soon. Oh, and yes, there will be a part 2 of this Super Chat Square Up Saturday night or Sunday morning, one of the two. Maybe I'll just stream right over Az. Why the fuck not? No, I'm just kidding. He does it way early. I'll be asleep when he does his. Solo lost money. And Raylos are weird. And I will talk to you later.